something else, maybe this very issue as well. Let's listen in.
We've gotten to know each other extremely well over the last couple of weeks, and I can tell you, you are a hard-working governor. It's a tough situation. So much has to be rebuilt, even from before. The difference between Texas and Florida and various places is we're looking at designs of a new power plant, a big electrical plant, and many different designs and concepts, which of course is very unusual because it was in pretty rough shape prior, and now it's in even rougher shape. With that being said, I think we've done a really great job, and we've had tremendous cooperation from the governor, and we are getting there, and people are really seeing the effort that's been put into Puerto Rico. It's been a very, very difficult situation for many people, I will say that, and especially the island nature. If you look at getting food there, we did. The distribution was very difficult because the roads were blocked, and even the people of Puerto Rico couldn't get to their food in many cases because of the distribution centers, and the roads were in really horrific shape because of the storm, and sometimes because of before the storm. But with that being said, step by step, it's taken care of, and I say we have a wonderful, and the people of Puerto Rico have a wonderful representative with respect to themselves in this governor. This governor has worked as hard as anybody I've seen, and it's getting done. So I want to just thank you for all your help. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for setting this opportunity. You know, it's a catastrophic situation in Puerto Rico, as you know. It is the only time where two Category 4, Category 5 hurricanes have passed back-to-back in a jurisdiction in the United States. But certainly, working in a united front, we are going to beat this. We know we're going to build better than before. And today, it's an example, Mr. President. I don't think in the history of Puerto Rico we've had the opportunity we have today to sit with members of your cabinet, decision makers, and not only talk about what we've done, but also the path forward. To establish a commitment to treat the citizens of Puerto Rico, the U.S. citizens, proud U.S. citizens of Puerto Rico, equally. So while there has been a lot done, and I want to thank you personally, Mr. President. You answered our call for the pre-land emergency declaration. You declared Puerto Rico a disaster area very quickly at a verbal request that we made because we didn't have electricity at that moment. You gave us the waiver for A and B for FEMA, and staunch communication with all of your members. Now, we recognize that a lot of business has been done, but a lot has to be done. So we're hopeful that with this meetings that we're going to have, we're going to talk about the immediate needs for Puerto Rico, what we need to do to get out of the life-sustaining phase, what we need to do to stabilize Puerto Rico, and of course, what we need to do to build Puerto Rico stronger and better than before. I am confident that with your commitment, with your support, Mr. President, with your team's support, we will be able to come out of this in the long haul together with Puerto Rico, give the U.S. citizens of Puerto Rico the adequate resources, treat us the same as citizens in Texas, in Florida, and elsewhere. We will come out of this stronger, and we will make it innovating, Mr. President. I know you are a proponent of public-private partnerships, and I think there is an opportunity here to leverage growth in the energy sector and to be innovative. Not only rebuild what we had in the past, but also with the aid of the federal government and with the private sector, rebuild a much modern, much stronger platform, and not only have Puerto Rico have energy, but actually be a model of sustainable energy and growth towards the future. Those are our aspirations. I think we can talk about that in the education sector, in the healthcare sector, and those are all of our aspirations. We are confident that within this group, we will start addressing those poignant short-term needs, but also talking about the long road ahead, working together with your administration. And again, I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Puerto Rico for your leadership, for your team's leadership, and for having a commitment to stay with the people of Puerto Rico, with the U.S. citizens of Puerto Rico, here for the long haul, to not just put things back together again, but to rebuild them as it should be.
Well, thank you, Governor. One of the things we have done is delivered to the island massive numbers of generators for electricity, because with the power plants down and in such bad shape, we really had to find some way to get, especially for the hospitals and certain other areas. And we have, I don't know if it's record numbers, but it's got to be pretty close, record numbers of generators, so that we have electric in the most important locations, and step by step bringing it back. But you can't really bring electric back until you rebuild a power plant, and that's obviously a different level of subject. With that, I will say that I have given my blessing to Congress, and Congress is working with you and your representatives on coming up with a plan and a payment plan and how it's all going to be funded, because you are talking about some substantial numbers, and I guess you knew that. But I know you were talking about rebuilding your electric plant long before the hurricane. You've been wanting to do that for a long time. So maybe this is a reason that we can do it, and we'll help you, and we'll all do it together. But I will say this, the people of Puerto Rico are amazing, just incredible people. The spirit they have, the strength they have, what they've gone through. Many were isolated in areas where there were no roads, there were no bridges, the bridges were wiped out. It really was incredible to watch the spirit that they have. And they did it with grace. They did it with a smile in many cases. It was really something beautiful to watch. So just please extend all of our warmest regards, and we're with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President.